if this reading shows up on your For You page, this could be for you. Also, if you have recently bought a new journal, or you've been thinking about getting into journaling or art again, like if you've kind of not been doing art for a while but you want to be getting back into it, this could be for you. But it doesn't have to be, so let's see what's going on for you. So we have the Ten of Cups crossed and Judgment. I feel like recently you have had some sort of epiphany around like what happiness is to you, what happiness is to you, what you need in order to be happy, in order to be fulfilled. Like you've had some type of realization around the type of relationship you want, or just the type of life you want, what you need in your life to be happy. And that might be kind of different from the norm, or like from what you had originally been like kind of programmed to believe you needed to be happy, or that you wanted. Like, you know, sometimes you take on other people's opinions or views or what they want as your own. Like if you've been brought up with certain ideals of like, you know, for example, you go to school, you go to uni, you get a job, you get married, you have kids, you die. Like that's like the life, right? Like the traditional life. And maybe that is just that's not for you, but you always felt like that was what you needed to be happy, or what you should want. But you might be realising that like that's just not for you, or just overall like the type of relationship you want, or there's something that's like out of the norm. It might even be like what job you want to do, like maybe it's not super traditional, and you've just been realising like what brings you happiness. That's what I'm getting, like, first of all. Like you've just had some sort of wake up call around what makes you happy. We've got the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords. Now, I feel like there is some sort of decision, definitely, that you're needing to make with the Two of Swords. And I feel like this is to do with, like, you following what feels good to you. Like, with the Page of Wands, it's, like, following your intuition, following your passions, and, like, kind of going on a journey, a bit of a spiritual journey, maybe even, like, I feel like you have taken some sort of like blindfold off, in the sense of like spirituality and again your happiness. Like you're just realising a lot of stuff, and I think you're realising where you've been a bit too much on like the analytical, pessimistic kind of side of things, taking things a bit too seriously, looking at things a bit too like logically, or from like what should be done type of view. You've kind of like been carrying a lot of burdens from that, I feel like, and you're now kind of making a choice to embody a bit more of this Page of Wands energy, a bit more of like your inner child, a bit more of like a free spirit, because I think this is what you are. Like on a soul level, you're quite a free spirit. You are creative, you enjoy adventure, like you're curious and yet free. Like you're just a free spirit. Like maybe you feel drawn to like traveling or something like that, and like making a change. Like there's some sort of change, I feel like, with this Two of Swords and this Ten of Cups crossed. There's something about your life that isn't making you happy, and I feel like you're being like woken up to that, and it's like, okay, well, you need to make a change. Like you have kind of been keeping yourself in the dark, like not wanting to admit this, or like not wanting to admit that you have to make a change, or that you're not happy, because you don't want to like be at a loss. Like you kind of feel like maybe you've worked hard for something already, or you've created a life for yourself already, or whatever it is, and it's like, I don't really want to just throw that away, because what if I end up with nothing? But like, what if you end up with everything? What if you end up actually happy, actually fulfilled in the life that you're living, not like living a life that you think you should be living, or that someone else is living and that makes them happy? Cool, but not for you, right? Like that's different. Let's see what else was. Oh, that's way too many. What was your advice for this collective? Got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups. What was your advice for this collective? That's the second time the Lovers is like poked out as well. So this could be to do with a connection. Like for some of you, like you could be in a connection where it's just not fulfilling you anymore. Like, there's something where you kind of feel trapped. You might have just woken up to the fact that, like, this connection is just not for you. And it seems like this is a tricky situation because there's, like, a level of stability there. But you need to follow what feels right to you. Oh, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups. Like, you need to follow your intuition, your emotions. What makes you feel fulfilled? What makes you feel loved, stable, happy, you know? Like, and it is okay if that changes. Like, obviously that's not an ideal situation, but once you work through the difficulties of it, like, I think ultimately, you know, you'll be a lot happier. Like, that's kind of what it feels like. Like, I just feel like you've really woken up to something. Like, there's just some sort of epiphany that you've had, and it's like, okay, you can't change that now. Like, you know, like, once you realise something, it's like, don't lie to yourself about it. That's kind of what I'm getting. Again, with the Lovers, is just flying out. Like, that peaked out twice, and now it's come out. Gemini energy, Aquarius energy, but you could be any sign, but, like, the Lovers is Gemini. I really do feel like this could be around you've had an epiphany around a connection. Whether it's you've realised you aren't happy with someone, or for some of you, you've realised there's someone you're not with that you want to be with, that is, like, kind of your match here, right? It's going to be different for different people because obviously this is a general reading, like, collective. But yeah, there's two energies here. Some of you have realised, honestly, it could be both as well. Like, you realise you don't want to be with someone, you want to be with someone else. Like, that's messy, I'm not getting involved. But, like, that, you can't deny that. Like, if that's how you feel, then, like, do you know what I mean? You can't, if something is not emotionally fulfilling you, like, it's time to walk away. And that is tricky. Like, that might be tricky, but yeah, you need to be honest about how you feel. If you feel like something's just not serving you, it's not, yeah, man, this is a crazy reading. Yeah, I really just feel like you've had this epiphany, you've had these realizations about the life you want to lead, who you want to be with the Lovers, like, who makes you happy, the type of relationship that you actually want. Like, you know, like I say, this traditional, what you think you should have kind of thing seems like that's not really maybe for you. You need to follow what makes you happy. You need to choose your happiness. And this is kind of like, with the Wheel of Fortune, this is sort of a fated, I don't really like to use that word too much, but, like, this is a cycle that you have had to be in to have these realizations and to grow. And, like, this is something that it's quite a divine timing kind of thing. Like, you couldn't have known that this was going to be how you felt before you felt it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you had to go through this situation and have these realizations to come to this conclusion. So yeah, but we've got the Hanged Man and the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like you're procrastinating on this a bit, like, making a decision on this and, like, actually walking away from whatever this is, because there is fear here and there is, like, apprehension. And I feel like this is something that will take, like, some time. Like, with the Knight of Pentacles, this isn't, like, yeah, there needs to be, like, a way to go about this kind of situation. But if you feel kind of stuck right now, use that time to, like, get a bit more insights on what it is you want. Like, you're getting kind of a lot of downloads at the moment, like spiritual epiphanies and stuff like that, and, like, realizations about yourself and your situation. And you kind of need to take action on them, like, in the physical. Like, don't just sit around and, like, think about this stuff, but actually make a decision, because all you're doing is, like, prolonging the inevitable, really. So yeah, and it will work out. Like, it will be okay. Like, you will find your sense of happiness, but there needs to be a decision made.